Grayson, obviously, when you see training camp, get started and get closer to game time, have you seen the younger guys progress? Have you seen the people take to the new offense?
Yeah, it's been really good. Day one of camp always starting slow, and the guys that were here in the spring kind of have a better understanding of what we're trying to do, and then we kind of spread that message along to the younger guys as camp goes on. And saw a lot of progress from the younger guys. Obviously, the older guys taking the charge and kind of leading those guys in the right direction, but saw a lot of progress. Thought we grew a lot as a team from the first day to obviously the last day of camp. So I think we're in a really good spot. Just got to take the momentum into next week and obviously into Thursday when we head out to California.
Obviously, they have a lot of experienced, skilled position players like Sam Pinckney, TJ Beasley, Reese White. Who are some of the younger guys that you thought did a really good job in camp, or maybe we can see this season?
Yeah, I thought. One of the biggest guys that stood out to me is receiver Bryson Graves, being behind Jared Brown and kind of just taking on that role, trying to learn the offense. He's really an explosive guy, really good hands, fast guy, kind of like Jared Brown. When you get the ball in his hands, a lot of good things can happen. And, we got some other guys in the tight end room, the receiver room, and I thought Javen Simpkins did a really good job in the running back room. Obviously, he has a lot of guys to look up to and things like that, but a lot of improvement, and I think those guys are in a really good spot.
Can you talk about just how dangerous this offense can be? You guys were explosive last year, but you pretty much have every single kind of piece back this year. Just, it seems like the sky's the limit for you guys with all the camaraderie you have, right?
Yeah, I really like the system so far. The guys are seeming to really like what we're doing. We truly believe that if all 11 does their job to their best ability, that nobody can stop us. So now that we have the spring and the fall camp under our belt, we have a much better understanding of how the coaches are going to call it and what they're trying to accomplish. So I think everybody's really comfortable right now, not having to think too much and play fast. So really like where we are right now.
Is it wild that UCLA is coming up in 2 weeks here? How's everyone feeling knowing the season's, goodness, like 11 days away?
Yeah, it definitely came fast. I feel like, we were just in summer workouts a couple weeks ago, but obviously camp flew by. And, when we kick off next week, the season's just going to roll. So really looking forward to getting out there and playing in the Rose Bowl. But, it's just another football game. Obviously, big score going to place in a big environment. It's going to be a big deal. But for us, we got to just control what we can control, go put our best 11 on the field and play shine clear football. So we're confident we're going to go out there and bring the win back and take the momentum into the season.
Who's impressed you most on the offensive line so far, that front five that you're going to have in front of you? Any new guys that have really kind of stepped into good roles for you that are going to start?
Yeah, I think some guys at the center position. Obviously, Thomas Johnson's done a really good job. Zach Elam and Evan Jumper, they've all kind of just pushed each other, competed really well throughout camp, and they've all grown a lot. And then at the tackle position, Nick Del Grande has really, shown that he can do a lot. And as a redshirt freshman, really just being mature and understanding and taking that leadership role into his hands. So I think those guys have done a really good job. And we have a lot of guys that can fill spots in the offensive line room. So really confident about those guys.
Grayson, how do you, it seems like one thing a lot of people are noticing, the team looks a little bigger, maybe a little healthier than years past. How do you feel, and what's the word in the locker room on how everybody feels?
Yeah, I feel great. Obviously, Coach Quinn put a big emphasis on that this offseason, putting on weight, and obviously muscle and things like that, but we feel great. Obviously, when you're out in camp, when it's this hot out, you lose a lot of weight during practice, but I think we've done a really good job of, hydrating and eating the right nutrition and things like that to put the weight back on. So I feel really good. I'm getting the same message from a lot of my teammates. So I think we're in a really good spot.
The balance you have with the running back room, most of those guys kind of back with CJ Braden and all of them. Just how have they been kind of progressing, helping you out in that facet of the game?
Yeah, I think it's really important when you have guys in the backfield that have experience and you can kind of, talk through some things. And obviously CJ had a really big year last year and came up to the scene. And Reese has kind of been doing this thing for 4 years now. And then you have Max that got a decent amount of snaps last year. So it's really important to have those guys in the backfield that really have an elite understanding of what we're trying to do. And I think that really comes into play in pass protection and things like that. But I think they've done a really good job so far, and really excited about them. I think we have a really good room up there.
And then finally, for me, do you see this offense being more tailored to getting quick throws out, getting the running backs, things like that? I know you've done a lot of running in the past, maybe did a little bit less last year, but obviously trying to maybe reduce the wear and tear on your body, like in terms of you running more and just trying to get to your playmakers quicker.
Yeah, our main objective is to get the ball into our playmakers' hands, and Coach Strickett and Coach Beck do a really good job of finding new ways to do that. You know, if I have to run, I'll do whatever it takes, but hopefully not as much as in the past. But we're going to do what we do best, and we're going to get the ball into our playmakers' hands. And, you know, that's coach's job to design that, and that's my job to execute it and get it in our playmakers' hands and, you know, see what happens. So, you know, really confident about our scheme and what we're trying to accomplish on offense.